All right, well, the Clippers are going to be gone. They will be out of the Sterling's hands, and they will be in somebody else's hands, and maybe as soon as next Tuesday. The issue isn't how much money the team could ultimately sell for. It could be billions. So someone's going to make a tidy profit on that. But here's what's weird about it. This deadline to get it all done by early next week, is that even legal? In other words, you either do it or we'll take it over from you and do it ourselves. Attorney Anna Yum says the league has every right to take a team away from them if they don't sell by then. Attorney Rebecca Rose Woodland says, whoa, not so fast. So, Rebecca, you just say, cool it here. They're overdoing it.
What I'm saying is, yes, he did agree to participating in the league and the league's rules if he wanted to own a team, fine. But the restriction of time on the sale could impact the amount of the sale, and it could impact other
Apparently
family
not.
members.
Early indications are not yet, but I do see your point that if it looks like a fire sale, you're going to fire sale prices.
Exactly. You're going to certainly bid less than you think if you know they have to sell by Tuesday. The negotiation power for the owner and the owner.
What's to behoove the owner from just or prospective bidders to say, well, then I'll sit tight and see what the NBA does.
Right. Well, that's what I think. That's what I would do if I'm spending $2 billion. I'd say, well, wait a second. You don't want to take my offer? Well, let's see what the NBA does to you.
No, I see where you come from.
Yeah.
Anna, what do you think of that?
Well, yeah, I agree. I think that the NBA, obviously, when you're an owner, you agree to your own set of rules that the NBA establishes through the NBA Constitution and its bylaws. Donald Sterling signed off on this when he agreed to become the owner, and now he's stuck with their rules. I think that NBA is on strong legal ground to enforce this action and to say, hey, by June 3rd, if 75% of the owners oust you, if you don't agree to sell by that point in time, well, that's in our Constitution, that's in our bylaws.
He's also arguing, no matter what I said that was offensive in private conversations, there's no basis for stripping my team because my statements were illegally recorded during, in this case, of course, an inflamed lovers' quarrel in which she and he could be seen as distraught. What do you think of that?
Well, that's something I was thinking as well. In addition to the fact that he was illegally taped in court, that would never come in. Okay, that evidence would never come in a regular court. Not in a regular court. He agreed to the bylaws of the NBA, but his wife is also an owner and his family. So now you're hurting the other owners. He has co-owners of this team with him. His wife was estranged. It's not like she made the comments. So if I have an ownership of a team with you and you do something crazy, Neil, well then why am I then at an inopportune state? Why should that be?
Well,
I mean,
family is always dragged into these things.
But
Look
she's
at the
an
Madoffs,
owner.
you know?
Yeah, but, right, but she's a separate owner, as if they were separate people.
No, I understand.
So
and
that's an inopportune situation for her. Is that fair? In that legally, then, can the NBA impose those penalties upon her?
Well, they're imposing the penalties right now and the deadline on her right now. And I'm just wondering, a lot of Americans are sitting back on this. No matter what Sterling said, what they found offensive, now the Rush shotgun deal that has to be done, it's getting to be a little bit of a pylon here. Not that he is looking sympathetic, but to a lot of people, this sort of ramming of justice is. What do you make of that?
Well, this is the thing, Neil. I think that he would have a stronger argument if there was some sort of government entity that was involved or some kind of governmental intrusion here. But we're talking about a private association here, a private association in which he entered a contract with. So really, I think that the contractual laws are going to govern.
Nowhere in that contract where there's subsets or bylaws about private conversations recorded. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely know what you're saying about that, Neil. But at the same time, I think the NBA is saying, regardless of how this information came out, it came out, and it's adversely affecting us, which, again, is in the Constitution.
Yeah, I mean, but it's really, this is really going to hurt this team and this family who owns the team with him. It's very, very draconian.
I think no matter what happens, they're going to do just fine.
I feel like, well, maybe they'll be fine, yes, financially.
What did they get the team for, under $20 million?
Yeah, profit-wise, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Profit-wise, they'll be fine, but are they going to get the full value? And do they want to sell? Maybe they didn't want to sell it. Maybe the rest of the family
taxes and high taxes, he'll be lucky if he clears $1 billion. It's ridiculous.
Well, I'm not saying that about the financial. I'm just saying, do you want to be forced to sell based on an illegally taped conversation?
Your points are all well mentioned. Both of you ladies, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, what if